Well, the latest CoreLogic RP data report is out, showing that South Australia continues to be one of the best performing capital cities in Australia. And for the month of February, good to hear that property prices have held, and year on year, property prices are up by 1%. That just reinforces Adelaide as being one of the strongest marketplaces in the country. An important question to ask is, why is it that the Adelaide marketplace continues to perform so well? In my opinion, one of the strongest factors would have to be just the sheer affordability of our marketplace. It's no secret that Adelaide now is the most affordable mainland capital city in Australia, providing great opportunities for both buyers and sellers. Another strong factor will just simply have to be supply and demand. There's still enough strength in our marketplace where buyers have to pay fair prices to secure a property. At the same time, home sellers have to be realistic in their expectations when it comes time to sell a property. And the final deciding factor would simply have to be the relatively moderate strength of the local economy here in South Australia. Okay, let's take a look at where property values are currently sitting in the Adelaide marketplace. The median dwelling value is currently sitting around $433,000, the median house value at just over $467,000, and the median unit value is sitting at around $328,000. The number of properties sold and settled for the last year is tracking slightly above the decade average, and homes are taking around the same number of days to sell as this time last year. So just taking a quick look, as you can see, this time last year properties were averaging around 43 days on market versus now currently sitting at 42 days. The average vendor discount price, so the price that vendors are having to drop their property price by to effect a sale, a year ago was at 4.8%. That's slightly up now at minus 5.3%. So what this key data is telling us is that the marketplace that we're dealing in right now is relatively consistent with what we have experienced over the last few years. The key statistic that really jumps out at me is that vendor discount price. And effectively what this is saying, the good news for homeowners out there, if you're realistic with your priced expectations and you price it accordingly, you can expect to have your property sold in about 30 days. Overall, the national property market continues to be a little bit sluggish, with the worst affected capital cities being both Melbourne and Sydney, which is no great surprise given the amount of extraordinary capital growth that they have had over the last 3 to 5 years. On a positive note, here in Adelaide, things remain relatively strong. So for all of your real estate needs, please feel free to be in contact with us. We look forward to being of service.